Hi guys, I hope you're good. I hope you're well. I hope life is great. It's so cold in the UK right now, so just wrap up. Just wrap up. So if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Aaliyah, and if not, welcome back. You know the gist. I talk about all things manifestation, mindset, self-development, all of that good stuff. So I give you all of my little tips and tricks that I've learned off basic experience to help you become a better version of yourself. So let's not waste any more time. Today's little topic that I want to talk about is detachment. Like, oh my God, what's going on? I keep on stumbling over my words. So, detachment. What is detachment and how does it benefit your manifestations? Like, this specific concept was something that I could not wrap around my head for so long. For some reason, it was one of those topics that in my head did not make any sense. How am I trying to manifest something? How am I here doing techniques or doing the actions towards it, yet I'm also detaching myself from it? And the thing is, I was viewing it in a very 3D type of way, in a very superficial, one dimension type of way. And what that does and what that causes is for you to basically sit there and think, okay, I'm doing all of these things, so essentially I'm not detaching, but in reality, I'm still talking about it all the time, so that means I'm not detaching, but I'm still supposed to detach. So how do I do that? Detachment is vital in your manifestations. It's vital in life. You need to understand that no matter what it is, whether you're a guy or a woman, or you're old and you're young, detachment is essentially the act of not caring what is going on in your reality and not letting that dictate who you are and what you are being. And the important part about that, and the reason why it's so important, is because we live a life, everyone lives a life where everything outside of themselves is some type of validation to them. Something that proves to them that they are what they say that they are. And it's a scary world if you live like that. That means you need the grades to say that you're successful. That means you need the money to say that you're wealthy. That means you need the person there to say that you're loved. Right? And what that creates is a person that is not whole. If you find yourself that without these things in life, if you were stripped of everything, if you were, God forbid, homeless, or you didn't have the partner in your life that you are with right now, would you still be as happy as you say you are right now? Would you still be whole? Would you still be complete? And most answers that I get back when I ask that question is no. I wouldn't be, because this person makes me, or this thing makes me who I am. And what that shows is the moment that thing goes away, you are not who you say you are. You're just a completely different person. And that's where detachment comes from. If you're detached from these things in life, that means that the thing itself isn't allowing you to feel a type of way or be the person you are saying you are being. So how do we go about detachment? How do we go about detaching from our desires? How do we go about letting go of our desires? It's essentially saying you do not need this physical thing in reality to say that you are what you say you are. It's as simple as that. And the best way I can describe it is, let's just say you want a certain an amount of money, right? Or you want to manifest the love of your life, or you're trying to get marriage, or you're trying to have a good career. All of those things play a part. You have to dictate, what are the feelings, what are the emotions, who am I going to be when these things come into my life? Am I going to now be wealthy? Am I now going to be successful? Am I now going to be someone of importance? What is this thing going to allow me to be? And you be that person without having that thing. This is the great thing with manifestation, because the act of manifestation is inundatedly an act of detachment. You're teaching yourself to be the person, be the thing, be the item, be the being of whatever you're desiring before it even comes into fruition. And what that means is when this thing comes into reality, whether it's the money or the love or the person or whatever it is, you are not going to need it. You are not going to want it. You don't really care for it. You're not even going to get the same sense of excitement that you would initially when you have that money or when you have that love. because you've already experienced it so many times and you already become that person. So now, with or without this person being in your life, when this person leaves, when this person comes back, if this money goes, if it comes back, if this career dissolves or it comes there and it stays there, you are not going to change the type of person you are. You're still going to look at yourself in the mirror on that Monday when you have the job, on the Friday when you don't, the exact same. You're still going to look at yourself being like, I am worthy of this, and I am deserving, and I am wealthy, and I am successful, with or without the thing in front of you. And that's what detachment is. And the act of detachment when it comes to life is you want to go away. You want to pull yourself back. You want to take a couple of steps back from the physical thing you're trying to manifest. And I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive because you actually want this thing to happen in life, but if you're manifesting something, really and truly, you don't have that thing in your life at that moment. What you're craving, what you're desiring is that physical feeling, that feeling of having that thing, of being that person, of being the person that owns that thing. So just be the person who has that thing. And in the midst of that, you're going to find yourself that you're not going to be as attached to that physical thing coming into your life. Because every single moment of the day, every single time when you have those 10-minute methods, or you're visualizing, or you're doing sats, or you're journaling, you're going to find yourself in a state of being of already having that thing. So you're not going to want that thing in reality in that moment, because you're going to be telling yourself you already have that thing. So that's what detachment is. And the good thing is when you understand what detachment is, you kind of get into the realm of like, what is attachment? Because I feel like the best way to explain what detachment is to understand what attachment is. And like I mentioned before, it's as simple as you crave validation from outside experiences, whether it's a material thing, a person, a thing, a situation, a circumstance. Those things are going to give you some type of feeling. That's what an attachment is. And you're so attached to it where you're needing it. You're wanting it. You can't go about life. You can't look at life differently until this thing happens to you or for you, right? And when that thing happens, that's the only time you're going to start feeling grateful, or you're going to start seeing life with more color, or you're going to wake up happy, or you're going to walk with a fucking, like, a skip in your step, right? That's the only time that you will do it. And the only way to be able to get out of that is to be able to sit back and say, this physical thing that is going to come into my life does not dictate who I am or what I am being. It's simple. And once you understand that, once you get to the state of being, of actually understanding that, you realize that the only thing that is dictating whether you have this thing or not is you. You're the one who's telling the story. You're the one who's inputting the story into the machine. You're the one who's saying everything. So if you start telling yourself the story of you having this thing, then in reality, you actually do have this thing. There's nothing that can tell you that you don't. And what that does is it gives you the feeling of being that person already. And because you're being that person, your subconscious mind is going to actively look for evidence, for proof that is going to show you that you have that thing. So as a result, you're going to find yourself in situations and experiences where those things are going to find you. So detach from your outcomes, detach from your goals, detach from your desires. Maintain yourself in the present moment. Think about now. Keep your head where your feet are at. Just think about now, and every single moment, be aware of your feelings, be aware of your thoughts, be aware of what's happening and how you're reacting. And what that will do is allow you to be able to reorient yourself back to your goals, back to your desires, back to your manifestations. And it's going to allow you to be a better person. And it's going to allow you to open those doors to your manifestations so much more quicker. And like, you need to understand, right? Like with me, and when it came to detachment, it was so hard for me to detach. And all that showed me was that, bro, like life and everything in life was just a pawn almost. Like it was a pawn in my life to basically tell me who I'm being. I couldn't be happy without having the person. I couldn't be in love without having the person. I couldn't feel beautiful without having someone tell me that I was beautiful. And it's a sad realization. It's a harsh realization, but it's a good and it's a beneficial realization. Because most people are like this. I would say 95% of people on earth are like this. So it's easier for you to understand it now and then do the work to not be like that anymore, because understand how freeing it is. Even take out manifestation from it. Take out goals and desires out of it. It is so freeing that you do not need validation outside of yourself to tell you who you are. You can have the biggest zit on your face, yet you're still going to look in the mirror and be like, I'm the most beautiful woman to walk this earth. You could have a failed marriage and still tell yourself, I deserve love and I'm worthy of love. You could have your career, the passion, the thing that you wanted to do for your entire life just dissolve right in front of your eyes. And you can still tell yourself that I am successful and I know that things are going to work out. And you become your own best friend. And that's the most important part. I am my best friend. So as a result, my cup is full. I am whole, with or without these things. So anything that does come into my life is only and only an addition. So allow your manifestations to be an addition. Be the person now. Fill your cup up. Fill your desires cups up. And sit there knowing that all of them cups are full. And then when those things plop in there, you're going to be like, well, there you go. I already had this thing and I'm already that person. So no one can tell me otherwise. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some good tidbits and I will see you very, very soon.